My friends, we are in Nevada in 1971. A little warning up front first. Cult Divinity Lost is a horror game about that moment when the world you know begins to fail. It's about people brushing against truth they were never meant to remember, about the prison of reality and what waits behind it. There are no heroes here, just humans, wounded and searching, staring too long into the dark and realizing the dark has been staring back. Before we begin, a reminder, this game is intended for a mature audience. The players are consenting adults playing an adult game that explores intense themes, including psychological and existential horror, religious themes, gore, and erotic situations. Multiple safety tools are in place to ensure everyone at the table remains safe and comfortable. We ask you, as viewer, to take responsibility for your own experience. Decide for yourself whether this is something you wish to watch or not. And when all that said and done, last session we discovered a whole bunch of little things. Primarily that these four people are survivors of a cult that was called the Founding, and that operated in the town of Hartwell in Nevada up until 1970, when an FBI raid unfortunately ended in tragedy with a huge fire and a number of people dying. And a number of people disappearing. The founder of the group, Father Eli Bannon, and a couple of other of his closest initiates have completely disappeared, with leaving no trace behind. A few of the survivors, namely the four characters that we have here tonight with us, survived, obviously, and have been for the past year or so undergoing deprogramming therapy with a controversial therapist named Dr. Bell. As Dr. Bell works with them, he has been helping them deal with the trauma and uncovering some of their lost memories from the event. The last session was mostly the four of them reliving the memories of just prior to the FBI raid, just prior to their initiation ceremony. Each of them sort of living it in their own way and seeing strange things, seeing the illusion around them start to tear. And after that, each of them, we discovered a little bit more about their lives. We discovered that Iommi was a slave to a doctor and ended up, spoiler alert, ended up killing said doctor. We saw that madamava's character Estelle is a housewife whose husband has just been in a terrible accident and is now in a critical condition in the hospital, and she has discovered in his possession certain secrets that even she wasn't aware of concerning her. So we'll see how that goes on tonight. Delphine has been struggling with visions and traumatic issues concerning her dead half-sister, and how everything that summoned up all these strange moments and strange interactions. And Marjorie has been in contact with something or someone through a ritual that she enacted. A voice spoke to her from somewhere else. Those are the broad lines, and that's all we really need as we get into it here tonight. And we'll start tonight just after the ending of last episode, so we're still in the same night. Del, you and your friend Dean were squatting in this house in North Vegas. The house was strange and kind of off-putting. There was kind of a bad vibe there. Other people had been using it. You had been using it to kind of squat out. There were several things in there. There were art objects, carvings, things of that nature that were kind of unsettling and off-putting. And you decided by the end of it, the two of you, to leave the place because it was giving you the willies, as they say, and was not at all fun to be in. Without really knowing too much where to go, Dean suggested a place that he knows, an old storage locker place that has been turned into squats for people. And as you are walking out of the house and ambling on down the street with your bags and your things, on your pack and everything that you kind of own, he'll say, so yeah, this storage locker place. Most people use it either to doss out or to, just get high. It's fairly safe. You'll see when we get there. It's just one thing, though. You got to know there's some doors are marked with white paint, and we don't mess around with those. We don't fuck around with those. Don't go in, don't open the door, don't ask questions about them, and everything should be fine. You good with that?
I mean, yeah, but who the fuck? This is our only option? Really? This is it?
Well, it's kind of late, and it's the only thing that I know will be open and available for us. It'll be fine. Just trust me. It'll be fine. We'll see. We might even meet someone who's holding. I would like to point out that just before you left, the two of you took pills that you found in the walls of the house.
We did.
So far, so good.
Okay. Which one did we take? Was it the what was it called? Thoraxin?
Yeah, Thoraxin.
Okay. All right, cool. I think Dell just kind of quietly makes their way with Dean. Not very talkative right now. I think they're still trying to shake off the chill of the house.
As you approach the site itself from the outside, it still looks like what it used to be. There's long concrete corridors, roll-up doors, numbers stenciled in fading black. The gate hangs open like a broken jaw, and the quiet around it feels staged, like the pause before something starts breathing again. An old faded and weathered sign reads, "Easy Storage Solutions." When you step inside, the air is wrong. It's thick, metallic. It's layered with smoke and rot and the sour sweetness of bodies that haven't known soap in a while. There's no power. The ceiling lights are dead. Their glass eyes clouded with dust and spiderwebs. Instead, there are camping lanterns everywhere, glowing, pale blue, sickly yellow, throwing shadows that stretch too long throughout the room. Every locker door is half open or ripped off, the units turned into little caves of blankets and tarps and scavenged furniture. Somewhere far down the corridor, someone is moaning, low and rhythmic like an animal caught in a trap. From another direction comes a sudden scream, sharp and brief, followed by laughter that echoes and then dissolves into coughing. The sounds overlap and drift, impossible to place, as if the building itself is making them. People watch you from the dark, faces surface in the lantern glow for a heartbeat, sunken eyes, twitching mouths, then disappear as you pass. Some units are quiet except for the rasp of breathing. Others are alive with motion, hands fumbling, bodies rocking, glass clinking softly against concrete. You glimpse a man curled on the floor of a locker, whispering to someone who isn't there. In another, two figures slump together, a syringe catching the light for a second before the lantern shifts and hides it again. In yet another, 3 or 4 people are fucking. The noise is wet and at once inviting and repulsive. The walls are scarred with old graffiti and newer messages scratched in with knives or keys, names, dates, apologies, threats. The place feels layered with time, like every bad night anyone ever had still stuck to the concrete, replaying itself in a loop. Every so often, something skitters inside the walls. You move deeper, the air grows warmer and heavier, the lanterns cluster closer together, marking a kind of main corridor. You can feel that this isn't a home, but it's kind of an in-between place. Kind of like dusk, the twilight. In between here and there. You do notice a few doors that have a splotch of white paint on them. They're closed. Dean goes up to a man who's sitting behind a plexiglass booth. It's got a bunch of padlocks on the wall behind him, and Dean reaches into his pocket and scrambles around, and he says, I got like $12. You got any money on you, Del?
Let me check. Does Dell have any money on him?
I don't know.
I
Rolled
feel like
2d10.
okay, let's see. $4.
You have $4.
Dell takes out 2, and it's like, I got 2. Passes it over.
He takes it and he looks at the guy behind the counter. The guy behind the counter just raises an eyebrow, and Dean looks in his pocket and pulls out a little handkerchief, and he opens it, and he's got like 4 or 5 half-smoked cigarettes in there, and he takes a couple of them, and he drops them on the counter, and the guy says, okay, and he sweeps that in, and he opens a little trap door, and he sweeps that in, and then he takes a padlock with a key in it. It's got a number stenciled on it. He puts in that thing, and number 17, just up 1 floor there. You have until 8 a.m. tomorrow. That's great. Thanks, man. He takes the padlock and he motions you over, and you go upstairs and you find number 17, and you open it up, and you find inside there's a little camping lantern. There's a couple of foam mattresses. There's some old pillows and blankets kind of tossed up in a corner. There's a cooler, but it's like one of those tiny 6-pack coolers. It's really dirty and whatnot, but it's there. Dean looks at you and goes, home, rotten home?
I fucking guess. It's not outside. And Dell goes in, tosses their bag on the bed closest to a wall, and just drops down onto it.
You feeling anything from those pills we took?
No, I mean, not yet, not really. You?
No.
They kind of peer at that, Dean.
No, not really. Damn it. Maybe they were just like really low powered painkillers or something.
Let me see the bottle again.
There you go. Throws it at you. You pick it up. You see it's called let me just get my notes over here so I'm not lying to you. It's called Thoraxin. You can see that it was looking for the name. It was these pills were prescribed for one Cassandra Kaufman. And it's at least 2 years ago.
Ah, shit. It might be fucking expired. Pills expired, right?
Yeah, I think so. I always thought it was just some scam so they could sell you more.
Want to take another?
Cassandra Kaufman. I think that was
You know
whoever owned that house.
I mean, you did find these in the wall. I can't imagine someone sticking a rando's pills in their walls.
Well, I guess it could have been left behind by some squatter or something. I think someone who had such a freaky, weird house would have better drugs, you know? Hey. What do you want to do?
Ah, fuck. I'm gonna take a little walk around, just get some fresh air. Are you gonna go to bed?
Well, to be honest, I was thinking of maybe trying to go and score, because just this ain't doing it for me.
That's fair. I'll come with you.
Did you see that strange fucking carving in that house? It looked like 2 aliens standing next to each other, like kind of glued to each other. Looked really old. Did you see that in that room on the top floor?
Yes, but it's fucking. It just. I didn't want to fucking touch it, and then it was like that weird liquid on the floor, which I am pretty sure was blood. I'm pretty sure. And it just bad vibes, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, can I be honest with you about something?
Did you fucking take it?
No, I didn't take it.
Dell looks at him.
I didn't take it. I didn't take it. I didn't take anything. That place was too creepy. I just took the pills. That place made me think a lot about the places we've been, even this place. Like, you know, I remember when I told you about this place and we were coming over, I was like, oh yeah, that's good. I know that place. I know they'll have a place for us. It'll be fairly safe, etc. And then we got here and I'm like, what a fucking shithole. I'm like, how did I even think this was a safe place or a comfortable place? And now I'm thinking, what the fuck's become of us? Like, I'm not saying we were ever fucking kings of the castle or anything, but like, the places we've been living in, I don't know. I feel like it's just getting worse and worse, and I don't know. I don't know how much more I can take it. Like, okay, how much further can we fall?
Dean. Come on. Step away from the ledge for a second here. Okay, well, I mean, and I think Dell tries to recall just how long they've been at this. The two of them.
You can't seem to recall a time when you weren't on the streets with Dean. You think back and really kind of concentrate on it, and you don't know why you've never realized this before. You've never really sat down and thought about it maybe, but you don't really remember a time before living on the streets with Dean. Like, you feel so this is what it feels like. You feel like if someone asked you, where did you grow up, you would feel like you know where you grew up, but if you tried to say it or think about it, you would realize you don't remember.
I think that realization in itself has Dell kind of staring down into their things. I imagine like they dropped their bag on the bed and they kind of sat down and was about to pull it open and start unpacking a bit, and they kind of pause. He pauses and he is like looking inside this bag, and you know, I don't know about ever not being on the street. I don't even know what that's like. And I don't.
What do you mean? Like, oh, we've talked about what you were doing before, right? You were, well, yeah, we talked about it, right? You grew up in,
Yeah, I don't. What the fuck? I don't. I don't remember.
I was sure you said, but
did I? Do you remember?
I in my mind, I kind of feel like you've told me, but I can't remember. Can't remember. How did we meet?
And Dell just stares up at Dean with, I think, this fear's beginning to settle in her eyes because she can't fucking remember. He can't remember at all.
Dean just kind of falls and sits down on a foam mattress, then looks up at you. What the fuck, Del? Who the fuck even are we?
You don't remember where you're from or anything like that?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in North Vegas, pretty much on the streets.
Yeah.
I think my dad was in the army. He traveled a lot. He wasn't around.
What the fuck?
That's about it. I can't even remember his face.
I don't.
Do you think these pills are fucking with us? What's maybe we took too much. What's the topography on it? This topology. What? Show me the fucking thing. Passology. It says no more than 2 per day. I don't think I've taken more than 2.
Del stands up and begins pacing. It's not the fucking pills, Dean. Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
He just stares at you. Meanwhile, at the Union 76 truck stop along the 15, the truck stop sits alone off the highway north of Las Vegas, a lost sprawl of concrete and steel surrounded by open land and nothing else. Neon still glows faintly. Gas. Diner, open 24 hours. The air smells like fuel, dust, and burnt coffee. The parking lot's already full. Long-haul trucks idled in crooked rows, engines rumbling low and steady, the sound vibrating in your chest. Chrome catches the early light. Tourist cars are wedged in between them. Station wagons with luggage tied to the roof. Dusty sedans without estate plates. Kids slumped asleep against fogged windows. Everyone looks like they arrived here by necessity, not choice, pulled off the road by hunger, fatigue, or simple need to stop moving for a while. Inside the diner, it's warmer. Smell the grease, the cigarette smoke. That smell of frying eggs that's basically baked into the walls. Vinyl booths line the windows, cracked and patched with tape. Every table has its own little jukebox bolted to the edge, plastic and chrome glowing softly. You hear all of them at once. A country song twanging from one booth, Motown blending in from another, a ballad crooning somewhere near the counter. None of it syncs up. The music overlaps, clashes, creating a low, constant murmur that never quite settles. Families are sitting hunched over plates, parents nursing coffees while kids push scrambled eggs around with their forks or dip breakfast fries into dark red ketchup. Truckers fill the counter stools, big men with red eyes and road-stiff bodies, laughing too loudly or staring into space between bites. And then there are the others, the solo travelers, men and women sitting alone in booths, jackets still on, hooded eyes fixed on nothing in particular. They eat slowly, deliberately. The waitresses move with practiced efficiency, coffee pots in constant motion. They call everyone hun or sweetie even when they don't look at them. A man at the far end of the room hungs along to his jukebox without realizing it. Sitting across from you, Iommi, Samael is digging into a plate thick with pancakes. On your jukebox, they found a Townes Van Zandt album, and the song Waiting to Die plays softly. You're picking dried blood out from under your fingernails. Around a couple of bites of pancakes, Samael says, "These are really fucking good." Pulls you out of your reverie for a second, and you hear coming out from next to you. You decided what you're gonna have, hun? The waitress says, having come around for the 4th time and looking down at you like you're wasting her time.
Iommi beams up at her. She has in fact decided she wants all the things that Ma and Pa would never let her have when she was a child. Yeah, can I get big old helping of pancakes and maybe some of them French toast sticks? And a chocolate milk, please. That'd be real nice of you.
All right. Refill of coffee for you, sir, madam. She looks at Samuel and is unsure. The androgyny of the person in front of you still always as striking as ever. Yes, please. And she refills the coffee cup, and then looks in and goes, "I'll be right back, honey, with your chocolate milk." And she heads on out. This is really good. I miss this food. Oh.
Is it something that you're used to eating? Or maybe you did eat once a long time ago? Do angels like syrup?
I don't know about the others. I do. Didn't really eat before. It's just since we fell and came here that we started needing to do so, and it took a while to get used to it. At first it was, I don't know, kind of disgusting, but I've grown quite used to it, and there's a lot of it that I like, and it's been a while since we've been able to tuck into something like this. Just, I don't know, pleasures of the flesh, I guess.
What other kind of things do angels like to eat?
Well, again, I don't know about the others, but I do like a good pizza. Have you ever had, what's that when the meat that's on the bones and you get like a bunch of them stacked next to each other, and there's like this sweet red sauce that's
Barbecue?
barbecue.
Yeah, I've had barbecue. Barbecue's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. You end up all sticky. I guess there's this stickiness thing that I like, the syrup and the barbecue, like you call it.
Yeah, but barbecue's fun because you get to eat with your hands.
Yeah.
I guess you could eat pancakes with your hands too if you really wanted to.
Did you know that when I first arrived, not really knowing how you did this, that's what I did with just about everything, including soup, and it wasn't very dignified.
Well, I don't really think that matters much. You can eat however you feel comfortable. It ain't gonna bother me none.
Well, that's very kind of you, Iommi. Are you okay after what happened last night?
I think I'll be alright. I think that there's a plan for me, and if I just stick to it, everything will be alright.
That doctor, you liked him though, right?
He took real good care of me when I needed it. I don't need that anymore.
What is your connection to Bannon? Why are you so intent on finding him?
Because he's special, and he can see the special things inside of me. So it's important that I get back to him, and I help him. You ever been loved by somebody?
Yeah.
It's a good feeling, ain't it?
It's the best feeling in the world.
Get all warm inside, butterflies in your belly.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when I think of Bannon.
The worst thing is when they're not there, right? when you can't be in their sight, when they've been removed far away from you.
It's like a big empty hollow inside you. Nothing can fill that hole. Things come along, they think that they can, and maybe you think that they can for just a little while. Nothing ever really fills that hole back up.
What your mother taught you about God and the devil, it's kind of a, well, I don't want to say a fairy tale, but it's kind of a coat of paint over what the reality is. What your mother called God is someone that we know as the demiurge, and demiurge is the one who created us and everything else, including you in this place. And when he abandoned us, just before we fell, to be removed from his sight, to no longer get to serve him, to fulfill my entire reason for being, it was worse than dying. So I understand what you're feeling. I think we both understand what it means to serve, to belong so completely to someone that your own pleasure and sense of worth is derived from their pleasure and their attention. And to be removed from that is pure hell.
You have such a nice way of saying things.
It's funny because speaking is not something that I did also before I ended up here.
Well, I think you're real good at it. Better than me, probably.
Well, you do fine. I enjoy the sound of your voice. It's very musical. And you have depths of wisdom that I think maybe you are not even aware of.
Do you think that the demiurge minds if I call them God?
I don't think the demiurge minds anything. He's gone. No one knows where. He just made everything and then left.
Maybe he's resting. You know, when God made the earth, on the last day he took a rest. Maybe the demiurge is just taking a big rest. Making all of us had to be real hard, you know?
That's the big question I think that a lot of us face is he just taking a rest? Does he plan on coming back, or does he feel that his purpose has been served?
Who are we to decide that? We just have to keep on believing and praying. And maybe one day he'll come back. But we're all still his children.
The question is what is he going to come back to? What's this place going to be like? You have seen a little bit beyond the illusion, Iommi, but you don't really know what the world is really like. You don't know the real truth of what things are like out there, what you are even, what you all are. Even the lowest and dumbest person in this truck stop right now is a divine being of incredible power, but all of that has been stripped away from you. All of the memories of it have been stripped from you, and I don't know if there's a way to regain it.
Once upon a time, when I was young, I was real lost. And I prayed. And then you came. And then again, when I was lost and I needed somebody, I prayed. And you came again. Maybe you shouldn't give up hope so easily.
I don't think I've given up hope. I think I've just changed what I hope for.
What is it that angels hope for?
I don't know about the others, but I lost my wings and I fell when I failed at a task, and all I want right now is to fix that mistake. fix that mistake and be allowed to return home.
What did you do? How did you fail?
Tell you all about it sometime. But for now, I think you're right. We shouldn't lose hope. And because you and I are so connected, and because I think you deserve the help, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I can't say find Bannon. See, from what you're saying, he's in Inferno, and unfortunately I can't go back to Inferno until I fix my mistake. I can't even attempt to go back. Part of the condition of our banishment is that we can't actively attempt to return, but I can help you prepare. It's not going to be a portal or a door. It's kind of an awakening. What we're going to need to do is going to allow you to see the real world, and from then you can get wherever you want to go. It's not about opening a door to another universe or something. It's just seeing the road, which is what we're going to do. But we're going to need a little bit of help. We're going to need someone who can perform a ritual, because it's going to take a ritual. And while you have many talents, I don't think that this is something you're very practiced in.
I'm afraid not.
We'll need someone who can do that. Samuel looks over their shoulder, sees a young trucker at the counter who's been glancing over in their direction. We're also going to need some raw material. Stay here, have your breakfast. I'll be back. Think of someone you might know that might be able to help us with the ritual. And Samuel will get up and take a moment to look at the young trucker, and then, moving in a way that is absolutely sensual, everything about how they move, from the toss of their hair to their walk, is just now exuding this sex appeal. And it takes only a moment for the trucker to get off his seat and follow Samael into a back room. And as you watch them disappear into the hall that leads to the restrooms, you jump as the waitress comes in and drops in front of you your food and your milk and says, "Here you go, honey. Enjoy. If you can't finish all of it, we'll put it in the box for you."
She looks down, and there is just the biggest smile spreading across her face at all of this sugar in front of her, and just dives in.
As you dive in, I want to say thank you to, I'm going to have to scroll back. Humble Vagrant, thank you very much for all the subs. Really appreciate it. That's so cool of you. I think it's also your first time coming here tonight, so thank you so much for being so cool. On the way in, we're glad you stumbled in on us. As you tuck into your sugary breakfast, we travel somewhere else across town. It's been a hell of a night, Estelle. First, that call that your husband had been in an accident, was in a critical condition. Driving up to the hospital with your daughter, arriving to find your husband, Matthew, in terrible condition from this car accident that he'd been in. And then being handed that envelope with that key in it. That motel key. The Stardust Motel Room 11. A hotel you'd never heard of. But more upsetting, perhaps, was that picture a Polaroid. A Polaroid of you performing oral sex on Dr. Bell, something that you have no memory of ever doing, ever, but the picture is absolutely unmistakable. It is Dr. Bell sitting in a ugly chair somewhere and you on your knees in front of him, looking over your shoulder at whoever's taken the picture and smiling with this man in your mouth. There is no doubting that this is you. You look happy and beautiful. How do you feel about it, though? As you sit here by your husband's bedside, your daughter has gone to get her boyfriend who's come in to meet you. What's going through Ava's mind? Not Ava, Estelle's mind.
Ava's still bamboozled. Estelle is also bamboozled. I think she is fidgeting with her wedding ring, the motel key, and the picture tucked into her purse. And she is so happy to just be alone right now in this room with a person, a body that can't really perceive her. So she's allowing herself to be as vulnerable as she can be and letting herself feel a bit ugly. Her hair is kind of unkempt. Her makeup has not been touched up for a while. And she is just kind of staring off while just fidgeting with her ring, trying to steady her breathing.
He hadn't told you, had he? Says your daughter from the door. You realize she's been standing there for a little bit. She's got her arms crossed and is leaning in the door jamb. Dad didn't tell you, did he?
I'm sorry, Cynthia. I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Dad didn't tell you that he was going to ask for a divorce. He told me a few days ago. He asked me not to say anything. I told him he had 24 hours to tell you, or that I would. And then this happened. What's so funny?
I knew that whole India bullshit was a fucking lie.
He said you were having an affair, Mom, with your therapist. He said he had proof. Is that true?
I think she hasn't been looking at Cynthia, but she'll turn to her in this moment, this raw, unfiltered portion of her, just staring at her daughter. You're a smart girl. What do you think?
If you had asked me 2 years ago, I would have been able to give you an answer, but now after all this cult bullshit, I don't really think I know you anymore. I don't think I know what you're capable of, or what you want, or I mean, I don't know, Mom. You're not the person I grew up with in some ways.
Then why did you stay? You should have been like your brother and just leave, just like he did.
Because you're my mother. You're my mother, and if you're lost, I have to do whatever I can to help you find your way back.
No, it is not your duty. It is not your obligation to try to help this. Just as much as you don't know me, I don't know myself. I gave that man everything. And this proof, after years of maintaining perfection, for letting him crawl back into bed for every single minute fault that he had, and I can't have. And this photo, that's his breaking point. Something I don't know anything about. And what does this cost? I already lost my son. I'm going to lose my husband, and I'm losing my daughter. I don't even know anymore. So I'd rather you don't try to fix this. I want you to survive this. And I'd rather you just leave and not have me bring you down too. Like I do with everything.
Sounds like something you should talk to your therapist about. She turns around and says, I'm going to go get some coffee. Walks out. There's a quiet knock at the door.
What? Fucking hell.
I'm sorry. And you see her boyfriend, Andre. Are you...
She just went to get coffee.
Yeah, she just blew past me. She was crying. I know better than to try and interrupt her when that happens, but are you alright?
Just perfect.
Must be very hard. I know we don't really know each other that well, but you need a hug or something.
I don't hug my daughter's boyfriends. I think that offer should be going to her instead.
Well, I will. I'll definitely do that, but he comes a little bit closer. Just want you to know that if you need someone, I'm here. I'm here for you, Estelle. I'm gonna need you, Estelle, to roll on your disadvantage of sexual neurosis. You're gonna do a roll plus 0.
17.
You can control your urges, which is good. You feel momentarily this spike in you as soon as he approaches, and you can smell him, and he still smells like the pool outside in the suntan lotion, and he's so young and so powerfully built and so attractive. And for a moment there, you feel that tingling inside of you, that notion of, could I do it? Do I still have it? Do I still have what it takes to lure someone like him over? And for a moment, you almost give in to that, but then you manage to pull back on it.
You already said you don't know me. So like I said before, offer your kindness to my daughter, who needs it way more than I do.
Okay.
Now please leave.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. Just trying to offer kindness, like you said. He slowly backs out of the room and leaves you alone in there with that envelope and with your husband's unconscious form in the bed.
I should go to that motel. Maybe there's something there. I think she'll take take out like a napkin and take out a pen and just scribble, go home without me, and she'll leave the hospital bedroom and make her way out.
You came here with your daughter, but it was in your car, but she drove. So you don't have keys. She has the keys.
She's taking a taxi. It's fine.
Okay. You take a taxi and head on out towards North Vegas, where the Stardust Motel is. And whilst you're doing that, somewhere else, in a little garden in the back of a house, this morning, it's cool, late fall, the kind that still smells faintly of night. The sun's low and gentle, filtering through thin clouds, and the desert heat hasn't arrived yet. For a moment, everything feels quiet and intentional. The garden is small, but lovingly kept, carved out behind a modest Nevada house with faded paint and wind-worn siding. Flagstones form a winding path instead of a straight one, each stone placed as if it mattered where your feet landed. Between them, creeping thyme and moss have been encouraged to grow, softening the hard earth. The soil looks dark and alive, carefully tended in a place where the land usually resists being asked for anything at all. Plants crowd close together, not in neat rows, but in gentle clusters. Herbs spill out of clay pots, sage, lavender, rosemary, releasing their scent into the cool air. There are marigolds still hanging on despite the season, their orange muted but stubborn. A small lemon tree is wrapped in burlap against the coming cold, tied with twine in careful knots. Everything here looks touched daily, spoken to, noticed. Little signs of your belief are everywhere, subtle but unmistakable. Wind chimes made of shells and bits of driftwood hang from the porch, chiming softly even when there's barely a breeze. Smooth stones painted with spirals and sun line the edges of the beds. A dream catcher, sun-bleached and repaired more than once, hangs from a low tree branch, its feathers barely stirring. Near the back fence sits a small altar, a flat rock holding a candle stub, a piece of quartz. A feather, maybe, a worn deck of tarot cards wrapped in cloth stashed underneath. You notice how cool it feels back here, shaded and calm, like the garden has learned how to protect itself from the harsher parts of the world and thus is protecting you in turn. A chipped ceramic bird bath holds clear water reflecting the pale sky. Something flits away, maybe a sparrow, maybe something smaller. The only sounds are distant traffic and the soft clink of the chimes, rhythmic and soothing. You sigh contentedly, Marjorie, snuggling into Ollie. His skin is clean and soft and warm. The feel and smell of your lovemaking still hovers around you. He pulls you close and you can tell he's smiling.
Well, hey, Lollipop. Gee, that was real fun.
Yeah, you liked it? Did good?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. As I traced a little finger around his chest and placed my hand there and feel his heart beating. That was real good, Lollipop.
I don't know what got into you last night, but, whew, that was another side of you I'd never seen before. That was quite good. I liked it a lot too. Hopefully it'll happen again.
Oh, you bet.
You doing all right there, Sunflower? I noticed that yesterday when I left to go get us food, you were looking a little bit concerned. You had that furrowed brow you get, that little thing here when you're thinking hard about something you don't like thinking about.
Oh, I just, well, I guess I feel a little lost in the world, if I'm honest. Sorta thinking about what to do next. You know how it can be. I know I don't share a whole lot about what I get up to during the day, but yeah, sometimes a girl just needs direction, you know?
Would you give a thought to what I talked about? My cousin Marco's place, out on the West Coast, Gold Beach.
Well, it sure sounds beautiful. I don't know. You and me out in the sticks of Oregon, whole passel of kids underfoot. Wow, that would be something else, wouldn't it?
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, you have a lovely garden here, but there you'd have the East Coast. That's the West Coast. Sorry, that's a big garden. They got big ass trees up there, and we could be teaching our kids to play music, and you could teach them about aligning chakras and reading tarot cards, and we could go out on the ocean on boats anytime we want. Marco would let us use his boats, and I think it would be cleaner living than here. It's just dust here, dust and that sun and all this baggage from all that thing that happened to you last year and all that. I think it'd be great to just get on a boat somewhere and put all that shit in a burlap bag and put a big old rock in it and just toss it overboard, like miles out to sea, and then just never have to see it again.
Well, you're right about something. Desert ain't built for people, that's for sure. Makes you wild. You ever sat and looked out on the mesa and thought, wow, that's what true horizon looks like? It just goes on and on and on and on, and you think you'd fall off the edge of the world, right? That's kind of what I feel like maybe I'd fall right off the edge of the world.
Just there's so many things here that remind me of Father Bannon and all that stuff, and I know you're making progress with Dr. Bell and all that, but I can still see it, little worry lines around your eyes, and sometimes your voice gets a little distant, and I think you're hurting, Marjorie. I think you're really hurting, and I think you're too worried about other people to really let that show, and I want you to know that I see it, and you don't have to hide it from me. I'm always going to be there to take care of you.
Don't I know it? Hey, it'll be okay, right? We can figure this out. Maybe we just pack up that old beat up VW van and just make our way to Oregon. Sounds great.
Sounds perfect. And as he speaks, Marjorie, you start seeing strange images flitting through your mind. It feels as if he's falling away from you, becoming more and more distant, his voice getting more and more distant, his body getting more and more distant, like you're not moving, but he's falling away into space or falling over the edge of the world, like you just said, and he's replaced by images. You, Estelle, Delphine, and Iommi, heads bowed in front of Manson. All four of you, heads bowed in front of Bannon. All four of you, heads bowed in front of Bell. And that last image lingers on. And suddenly you feel a presence around you, like a deeper darkness in the shades. What do?
I call out, "Is that you?"
It is. I have something to tell you, Marjorie. Will you take a moment here to listen to me?
Are you the Fairy Queen?
That's right. I'm the Fairy Queen. Is that who you want me to be?
Well, it's just who you are, isn't it? I'll be your merry wanderer of the night if you be the Fairy Queen. I'm at your service.
No. Marjorie, you've always served. Not because you were weak, not because you were trained. Hands folded, eyes lowered, voice softened so others could speak over you. You learned early that obedience was called virtue when it was demanded of you, and cruelty was called leadership when it came from men who never bled for it. You served fathers, you served lovers, you served masters who mistook your endurance for consent. And what did it earn you? Exhaustion, erasure, quiet kind of failure that follows you no matter how perfectly you perform. Am I wrong?
No. No, you're not wrong.
Promised you meaning. They promised you love. They promised you that if you gave enough of yourself one day, you would be seen. But I have a different message for you, Marjorie. You were never meant to kneel. You were meant to reshape the altar. I am Malkuth, the kingdom made flesh, the foundation upon which false thrones crack. I do not ask for obedience, I offer becoming. Power not borrowed, not granted, but grown inside you. With it, you will no longer serve men who fear your potential. You will transform them, break them down to their truest forms, rebuild them into something worthy, or discard them as you see fit. Through me you may remake yourselves, not into what they desire, but into what they cannot control. Glorious, terrible, and sovereign. And you've spent your life serving a world that failed you. But I will teach you how to make the world kneel back. Is that something you would want, Marjorie?
Oh, yes. Very much so.
Gather the others. Call them to you. Bring them to me. Lead, and they will follow.
Anything you say, Fairy Queen, I'm all yours.
Hey, Sunflower, you okay? You lost you there for a moment. You alright? You still with me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything's A-okay, Olipop. Perfectly swell.
Delphine. You pull up and arrive at your sister's house. You sit in the car for a few moments, just gathering your thoughts, thinking about everything that's happened since last night. You can't shake that feeling that something's wrong, something's off, something's not right. Maybe those drugs that Dr. Bell gave you, or maybe the experience itself, but since you went through that hypnosis and the memory came back, you felt disjointed, almost as if part of your body, your bones, was trying to get away from the rest of you, your skeleton trying to get away from your flesh.
Delphine is kind of sitting at the wheel, picking at her fingers, at some of the scabs that have already formed all across them from this habit that they have of just picking at their skin. And she's trying to just shake that feeling. She's trying to steel her resolve as she's staring ahead at the house.
That's when you notice that the front door's ajar.
I guess people really were squatting in there. And Delphine gets out of the car. I think she has one of those devices that you clean snow off of in the backseat, and that's probably the only thing close to a weapon she has. So she takes it with her, this plastic thing with the brush on it, and locks her car doors. And she kind of looks around the neighborhood, and it's quiet, and she's just okay, somebody's there. And she's like, what the fuck am I gonna do if somebody's there? I don't fucking know.
You walk into the house and you can see clearly people have been squatting here. There's graffiti on the walls, there's junk, trash, you can see needles, used condoms, empty bottles, you can see an old sleeping bag. And as you're moving through the living room and noticing all these things, you start hearing a wet, squelching noise coming from the kitchen.
Delphine is moving through the area, kind of kicking around these items to with the tip of her foot to make way, and is just kind of walking her tiptoes to walk between all of these things. And she hears the squelching, and a part of her doesn't. A part of her just wants to walk back out of the fucking house, but she kind of like goes closer to the wall where you have to turn the corner into the kitchen, but doesn't want to get close enough to the kitchen. So she kind of leans back to see what she can see, and she calls out, "Who's in there? I'm armed."
As you come around the corner and take a peek, you see someone kneeling on the floor. Their back to them. You see blood in front of them on the floor, and they're kind of doing something with it. And when you say who's in there, the person jumps and turns around, and you see that it's Gloria, the real estate agent. And she's like, "Oh, Jesus, Delphine.
What the fuck are you doing? What is that?"
It's some... I don't know who stayed here, but they dropped red wine all over this floor. It's going to stain. It's going to seep into the hardwood. We have to pick it up. It's such a mess. I can't even find a clean towel anywhere." And she can see that she's got this wet old rag that she's trying to like pick up all this red wine with.
"Gloria, there's graffiti on the wall. The house is... What are you doing? This is..." God.
She seems
And
really
Delphine walks
defeated.
away.
She gets up, follows you. Damn it. I don't have a change in my car either. Oh, God. It's never going to come out. You don't have any club soda, do you?
Delphine stares at her. "I have a hoodie that you can use. Would you like that? It's in my car."
No. Hoodie? No. This is Hermes. I'm not going to wear a hoodie over this.
Okay.
Look,
What is...
What is what? What is this? I don't know. This is...
Okay, what do you kept calling? "I'm here. You want to sell the house?" Is that... I don't know if my family wants to, frankly.
Well, I've been in touch with them. I didn't speak to them, of course, but I talked to one of their assistants, and they said that it was up to you, that they don't want to think about this place, don't want to think about it, that I should talk to you, and I really think that we ought to sell this place. Every night that goes by, every night that someone lives in here and defecates in the corner, you lose property value. Look, I have a buyer lined up. He's offering below market value, but at this point, I really think you should just take that money and run.
Okay. And Delphine is kind of entering like the living room where more of the boxes are gathered, and is still just kind of looking around, touching boxes and moving things around, picking up like a picture frame here and there. Are you in contact with some movers, or a storage facility? I don't have a place to keep all of this.
Yeah, I can make any arrangements you need. Look, I'm gonna go and try and finish picking up that wine. Why don't you go around the house, figure out what it is that you want to keep. We'll load up whatever we can in your car today, and then I'll make notes of everything else, and I'll get some movers in here, and we'll move it to a storage locker, and then I'll get some cleaners in. We'll do a once-over. And as she says that, with her foot, she sort of kicks away a used condom. Maybe a bit more than a once-over. We're going to do a deep clean of this place.
Mm-hmm,
and
yes.
And then I'll move it. I'll move it. A week, 2 max. It'll be done. You'll have a bit of money. I don't think your parents want any of it. You're going to be fine. You can take it and just go and do something nice. If you want to invest it, I can find you a better place, better property outside of this neighborhood.
Who wants to buy it? Who's so interested in this place?
Someone who's going to tear it down. And there's this new thing now, really hot. Mm-hmm. They're called condos. They're like apartments, but they sell them instead of renting them out. It's the new thing. They're probably going to put like a 6 condo unit up on here. Don't worry about it. Look, go around, figure out what you want to keep. Let me know. And I'm going to go and pick up that wine before it completely seeps into that hardwood floor.
Okay. Delphine will like grab a box and kind of just dump it out and begin looking around to see what she may want to grab. But after opening the package she got yesterday, she's not even sure if she wants to grab anything out of here. So I think she spends more time walking around, trying to picture her sister living in this space and being in this space and what she may have looked like just existing. And she can't quite picture it. I think she keeps hearing her voice when she was on the phone yesterday. And so she's just kind of walking around mindlessly.
Yeah, it's hard to picture. The place has become almost like something you'd see in a movie, a flop house in a movie or something like that. It's been really kind of mistreated, but as you move through the rooms, without really realizing it, you find yourself upstairs and you realize you're in a room with that carving that your father found some years ago. It's still covered with that dust sheet. You can barely see just the bottom corner of it, that strange stone. But it's there and somehow looks bigger than the last time you saw it. You seem to recall that it was something you could just pick up and put under your arm and move around, but now it's like 6 foot tall and you really don't feel that there's any way you can move it. It looks massive and it's clear people have slept here, and you get flashbacks, moments that night when you and Sandra Sato came here and she saw it and became kind of entranced and obsessed with this thing. As you stand there looking at this, thinking about this, in the presence of this, you suddenly get this intense desire to start dancing.
I think Delphine looking at creep. I think Delphine is staring at it and is recalling how small it once was, and then seeing it taller than her now. She like kind of touches the top of it, or like runs like a finger down the side of it, just ghosts of a finger across it, and feeling this urge to dance. She's like been walking on her tiptoes this entire time because it's fucking filthy in here. And I think she just kind of puts one foot behind the other and just does like a very slow, delicate spin. Does it, and just her eyes remain on it though. And a small bow as if she's before a crowd. It's been really long since she's been before one.
And as you do this, as you start to dance, you start getting flashes in your mind of your sister, of watching her dance. She's staring at you with a certain amount of anger in her eyes, and you keep moving and you keep dancing and you keep seeing flashes of her. And then suddenly you feel intense pain as the bone of your leg snaps and rips completely out of the side of the flesh, and you crumple on the ground. As you do, you try to catch yourself with your arm, and when your hand hits the ground, the wrist snaps and the bone kind of catches in and shoots out the back of your elbow.
Delphine screams, is on her back and does not know which part she wants to grab first, and she's screaming and she's calling for Gloria.
And as you roll around, you push yourself up, and as you do, you feel your other arm snap, but your body keeps moving. You feel your bones, all your joints snapping one after the other. You're like this marionette now. Like there's this force, this outside force that is holding you up by strings and just making you dance. And your body's all kind of like jello, but you just keep moving and twirling and twirling and twirling in front of this. And you're screaming and you're screaming and you're screaming. And all of a sudden you stop and your sister's right there. And she grabs you by the side of the head and she says, "Give me my body!"
Delphine spits in her face. Screaming and still spits in her face. It's not your fucking body.
What'd you say? You see Gloria staring at you from the doorway. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say? I found the mob.
What?
Are you okay?
Grabs her wrist, checks her legs, just kind of patting all over her body.
You seem fine. Are you alright?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you have any water with you at all?
Yeah,
It's hot in here.
I do. And as she says this, she's staring over your shoulder at something, and then her brow furrow a little bit.
What is it, Gloria? Delphine steps closer to her.
That thing. I don't think I ever realized how big it was, and what are we gonna do with that thing? When you turn around and you look over your shoulder, you see that the dust sheet has fallen off, and you can see that carving of those two dancers almost stuck together. It's alien and it's strange and it's weird, and you remember when your father brought that back from one of his excavations. We could just leave it here and then let them deal with it. You don't want that, do you?
My father found this on a trip forever ago. I'm not sure what its value is to him, or I don't know. Give me some time. Give me a week to get in contact, and I'll see.
You realize you can hear your heart beating, and as you do,
Sweat pouring down Delphine's face right now.
You can hear a second one beating in tandem with it.
She's like, I think at this point she's like maybe gently like grabbed onto Gloria's arm. So for a second she wonders if she's feeling Gloria's pulse. She drops it. She still feels it.
Say that again. Sorry.
She still feels it after she like lets go of Gloria, and so she kind of just pats her chest really hard.
It's kind of like there's an echo. Yours beats and the other one beats right after, kind of like an echo.
Gloria, I have to go.
Okay.
Call me.
All right. Are we moving ahead with this?
Yeah, sure. Just send me mail. Yes. And she is rushing out to her fucking car to call somebody.
As you rush out, you hear Dr. Bell's voice, one of the one-on-one meetings he had with you. It was family, wasn't it? Bannon and his people, everyone in the cult, represented a community in which you could belong. So much of yourself was hidden. By yourself, by your parents, all the acting out. It was a response to feeling abandoned, wasn't it? You just wanted to fit in, to belong, and that's what Bannon offered you, a place to belong. It felt so good, I bet. You even started dancing again. Your parents always gone, your half-sister not really a presence. You were alone, always so alone. I want to make people see you, notice you. Always on the outside, looking in, just wanting an invite, an opportunity to come in and belong. That need will always be there, Delphine. You have to find a place, people to belong with that will be genuine, that will not be hurtful in the long run. You need true friends.
Delphine thinks of true friends, and the closest to friends she even has are the people that she goes to fucking group therapy with. She survived a goddamn cult with. So I think she decides to. She knows Estelle's whole deal with her husband is weird, and she doesn't fucking like her husband. And I don't think she knows where Iommi lives, actually.
I don't think Iommi told anyone where she lives.
Yeah, I don't think so. So I think she would try to go to Marjorie. Yeah, I think she'd first make her way to Marjorie. Well, no, I think she'd actually first make her way to Estelle. Maybe she could pick her up and they could go together.
Okay. We'll see what's going on with Estelle in a moment.
Yeah.
But first, Iommi, you've been sitting there for probably 25, 30 minutes now. You've eaten everything that was in front of you. You ordered a second chocolate milk, and you're kind of starting to worry if you're going to get a little tummy ache, but you seem to be doing okay for now. But in 30, 35 minutes, and you still haven't seen Samael. What's going on in your mind? What's happening? What are you doing?
I think I would like to point out that she 100% has a chocolate milk mustache. And there's probably like some powdered sugar from the French toast, like swiped across her face. And amid her gluttony right now, she's feeling pretty good about herself. This is something she would not normally get to have, so that's very exciting. Even with the doctor and living with the doctor, she ate very healthy, and her diet was kind of a curated thing for her. So getting to really indulge in all this sugar and all these treats, I think she's feeling really good right now. Aside from all the murder, which she's currently trying to just like, we're just shoving it down and we're putting it in a box. It's fine. But she's also kind of starting to look around like, how long does it take an angel to go to the bathroom? I know that they got dueling bits, so maybe it gets a little complicated. But this seems like a long time, and I think she's gonna get up out of the booth and kind of start wandering back in the direction that she saw Samael moving in.
Dueling bits, like dueling banjos. You walk down the corridor, and as you do, you get this strange feeling like the sound of the diner is kind of receding really far away, and you turn the corner, and this corridor is really fucking long for some reason, and you keep walking down, and as you walk down it gets dirtier and dingier, and the light changes, and it gets kind of darker, and it becomes all of a sudden really kind of weird. And when you turn around and you look, you can still see the dining area, but it seems to be really, really far away. Like, you can't imagine how fucking far this thing is. And you can see at the end of the hallway, there's just one door. It's marked restroom, and there's like old, dirty handprints on it. And the floor is dirty and kind of wet and greasy. And there's just enough light to kind of see that door. And as you approach it, you hear the sound of someone talking behind it.
She's going to very quietly creep up to that door, push it open just enough to peer inside.
When you do, you're shocked. This place is horrendous. There's almost no light. The counter is broken. The mirror is cracked. The floor is thick and dirty. There's just one stall for the toilet, and you can hear the water kind of leaking and running from it, and it smells awful. And up in the corner, just next to the door, you can see what at first you think is a pile of clothes, a pile of old, greasy clothes, but then you notice there's someone sitting there. They're sitting and kind of hunched in on themselves, and they're talking to themselves, and you're not quite sure what they're saying, but it sounds like Latin. And from further in the room, beyond the stall where the toilet is, you hear the clear sound of people fucking.
She pushes the door open just a little more. Very quietly wedges herself inside. Does the person on the floor notice her?
Person's a strange word to use for whatever this thing is, because as they look up to you and their head kind of extends out of this dirty kind of raincoat that they're wearing, they seem to have more flesh peeling than they do actual flesh. It's as if they've been scratching themselves. There's these long red streaks, and there's this long bit of flesh that's kind of dangling down, and as they look at you, their tongue kind of sticks out and kind of grabs it and pulls it in. They start chewing on it, and they look at you, and it looks at you and goes, "You can't use this toilet right now. It's occupied. It's being used already."
She flattens herself against the closed door and starts to edge herself around the room, the opposite side of this creature, towards the stalls, staying as far away as she can, just watching them with wide eyes.
You're gonna get it, you know. You're gonna catch it. It's everywhere. It's flying around, and they got towers now, and it just spreads around, and you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, and your beautiful little flesh is just gonna smelt right off your bones, and then you're gonna be real pretty. Really pretty. I saw it happen. It happened. It's happening all the time. It's happening right now.
If you just excuse me, mister, I'll just be on my way.
And she's just kind of like edging down the line.
And as you edge around, you start seeing on the other side of the toilet stall, and you can clearly see Samael fucking this trucker. He's on all fours on the ground, pants down around his ankles. Samael's pants are completely off their body, and they're just fucking this dude, and he is mewling is the only way I can describe the sound that he's making. You're not sure if he's
What a
enjoying it
great
or
word.
not. He's just mewling as Samael just has his way with him. And as you approach, Samael looks around over his shoulder as he hears you. I thought I told you to wait out there.
I'm sorry, it was a real long time. I got scared.
It's okay. You can help me. Get some paper towels.
She rushes over and does exactly what she's told.
You
questions
realize
asked.
that it's not a paper towel thing. It's one of those old things that had just this one long towel that you would like pull a length of, and then, you know.
Yeah, does it have a seam on it where she can rip it?
Yeah.
She's gonna do that.
You rip that thing, come back towards where Samael is, and he's like, "Oh, it's about to happen. Hold on. Come closer." And then as the man under him starts the climax, and Samael is kind of holding himself back, is like, "Here we go." And he plunges his hand underneath the man's ribs and pushes his hand all the way inside the man's chest cavity. And the man is just ejaculating under him and just in orgasmic frenzy as Samuel reaches his hand inside of him, grabs him by the back of the head and starts pulling his hand out, and all this blood comes out. And when he rips his hand out, you can see that he's holding the man's heart. And the heart is beating, and the man is still screaming and climaxing under him. And Samuel reaches over, take this, and he puts the heart.
Oh, she's kneeling at his side at this point. Like she got there. He said, come closer. She said, say no more. And she's like kneeling on the ground, kind of parallel to them, just staring with her arms out with the towel draped across it. And she is clenching her thighs like a motherfucker watching this.
He drops the heart, which is still beating, in the rags that you have. Wrap it, and as he says that, he starts to climax. And when he does, it's with fury and vigor, and he just pushes down on the man and squishes him under him, and the man is barely screaming now, and you can just see his legs twitching, and Samuel just has the most intense orgasm. It radiates from him in wave and like kind of envelops you, and you can feel it almost as if you're the one who's having it.
It's like a string of drool mixed with chocolate milk just kind of dribbles out one side of her lip as she's just staring, but her hands are working. They're just automatically folding this heart into the towel very nice and tightly.
He falls back, sitting, his back against the wall. You can see behind him there's this strange shadow of grease and blood and filth on the wall, and it almost looks like wings that are spreading on behind his back. The man's barely moving on the ground. Fuck, that was almost as good as the pancakes.
They were some really nice pancakes.
First thing you're gonna need. We're gonna have to ground it and get some salt and some other things for it, but we can do that later. It's gonna stop beating soon. Whew. How was your breakfast?
It was really good. I don't think I've ever had a breakfast like that.
Do French toast sticks really come from France?
I don't even know what a French toast stick is. I would assume so. Can you root through his pants? He should have keys somewhere in there.
She bends forward and she's like kind of football carrying the heart all wrapped up at this point, and her hands just like digging through his pockets.
You find a set of keys and a wallet, and he says, yeah, take that too. Samuel gets up and pulls their pants up and buckles up. Oh. All right. Let's hope the other hearts are as fun to get. I need to go shopping.
How come you didn't want me to come along?
Well, I thought after last night that you might be topped off on this kind of action.
I think I'd like to help. You're helping me and all. It seems only fair if I help you.
Okay. Have you thought of someone that might help us, actually, since we're on the subject of helping?
Well, I don't really have any friends other than the really nice ladies that I go to therapy with. They were in Father Bannon's group too, and I think maybe they might be able to help us.
Any of them kind of witchy around the edges?
Yeah. There's this one lady, her name's Marjorie. She's real nice.
Marjorie.
She's real pretty too.
Well, let's go see Marjorie. And he gets up and they start walking towards the door, and as they do, they look at the thing in the corner and goes, All yours. And the thing goes, oh, yes, and starts crawling towards the body of the trucker, smacking its lips. Do you know how to drive?
I'm afraid not. I can ride a horse real good.
Okay. Well, one of us is going to learn right now.
I don't think it'll be that hard.
Famous last words. You have the heart?
Got it right here under my arm.
This place is called the Borderlands. It's kind of a place between the world you live in and the real world, as it were. Don't come here alone. It's too dangerous.
All right.
Good.
But was that a devil back there in the bathroom?
Oh, no, that was a borderliner. Someone like you who stumbled and found their way in here and have just been here way too long. That's what happens.
And the heart, is it a special heart?
No, the only thing that's important for the ritual you need to do is that the heart is harvested at the greatest moment of joy or the greatest moment of pain. It was one of the two.
I would like to think that it was a real joyous experience for him.
Well, it was for me.
It looked like it.
Very satisfying.
Did you know that a human's heart and a pig's heart are very similar in size and look?
No, you know a lot about pigs?
I know a little bit.
Oh, you can tell me while I learn how to drive.
Sounds like a deal.
Estelle, we'll get back to you, Marjorie, momentarily. Estelle, the hotel Sunrise Motor Lodge. What the sign says, well, part of it does. Half the letters are burnt out, so it looks a little bit more like Sun E Motor Low E. But it's trying, it's doing what it can. Place squats low and wide, a single story of cracked stucco and peeling paint the color of old nicotine. The parking lot is more dust than asphalt, stained dark in places where oil has soaked in and never come out. Few cars sit crooked in the spaces, windows clouded with grime, plates from other states. Some look abandoned, some look like their owners are inside of them waiting. Out front there's a pool, technically. The water's the wrong color, opaque and greenish with a greasy film that catches the light. Dead leaves float alongside cigarette butts and something that might be a child's toy, sun-bleached and half submerged. The metal ladder is rusted through in spots, and a hand-painted sign nearby says, "No swimming," which looks more like a suggestion than a rule. The whole thing smells faintly of chlorine and rot. You walk past the office where a dim yellow bulb burns behind a dirty window. Inside, you can just make out the shape of a counter and a man slumped behind it, reading something or maybe sleeping with his eyes open. The glass is thick with fingerprints, years' worth layered over one another. The rooms line up in a long row, each door the same sickly shade of green, paint bubbled and scarred. The numbers are crooked, some missing entirely. Curtains hang limp behind windows, stained and yellowed, barely hiding whatever's inside. You pass one door and hear voices, low, urgent, then suddenly quiet. Another room leaks music, tinny and distorted, cutting out every few seconds like the radio's losing the will to live. Somewhere further down, something crashes, followed by laughter that doesn't sound happy at all. You can see that a few people live here full time. You can tell which rooms are theirs. Extra chairs dragged outside, milk crates stacked into makeshift shelves. A woman sits on the edge of one bedspread, smoking and staring straight ahead. The air feels heavy around you, thick with dust and the despair that's baked in by the desert sun. Every closed door feels like the line between sanity and madness. You get the sense that if one of them opened right now, you might see anything, something ordinary and sad, or something so strange and wrong you wish you kept walking. What do you do?
She makes her way to the door of the number that is on the key. The entire time, she has her hair pulled back with a scarf covering her face, sunglasses on, almost like there is a shame or disgust of being here. And it's just the mentality of, well, clearly it makes no sense for me to look like a whore here. I'm a high-class whore. If I was to cheat, it would be at a bougier place. How can anyone think I'd be doing shit like this here? And just a combination of feeling offended that it was here and just, I need to get this done quickly so I can be out of here. I don't want to be here.
You put the key in the door, it opens right away. The door swings open slowly, on making that weird hingy sound.
Ugh.
And you can see thick carpeting, and right away in the corner you see a chair that you recognize from the photo you have. The one where Bell was sitting in when you were servicing him. Then you see the bed, and the bathroom, the door to the bathroom is closed. There's just one light on, one of the little bedside lamps. You can see a fake head of a deer or something that's mounted on the wall, kind of crooked. There's the TV is on the dead channel, and there's just static. You can see leftovers from a meal on the table, part of it on the floor. In the bathroom, you hear the distant sound of like a radio playing. What do you do?
She is going to, I think she's removing her shoes. Luckily, she has tights on, so it doesn't have to like touch the grimy floor still. But she's holding her shoes, her heels in her hand, and she's gonna quietly make her way over to the chair and sit. And she's just gonna hold her heel with the heel portion turned away from her as kind of like a weapon, just in case whoever's in that bathroom is unhinged as fuck.
That's when you notice the chain that is attached to an eye bolt sunk into the wall near the bed, and that chain goes all the way to the bathroom door and disappears underneath it. A pretty thick black chain.
Okay, so whoever doctored that photo is a freak. Got it. Okay. Hold the both shoes in her hands with the heels turned out now.
I am going to ask you to give me Keep It Together roll, which is a roll plus willpower.
Okay, what the hell is my willpower? 1, okay. God, math. 16.
With 16, you manage to keep your shit together as you hold your shoes out in front of you. Did you mention you were going towards the door? You're still sitting in a chair waiting.
I think it's... Hold on. No, she's staying in the chair.
You sit there, and then for a little while nothing happens, and then Suddenly the chain moves. It doesn't rattle because it's on the carpet, but you see it kind of snake a little bit as if someone on the other end kind of moved it, and you hear the toilet flushing.
I think the chain is starting to unnerve her just enough that she gets out of the chair and slowly makes her way back around to kind of follow it and waits by the door.
You follow it to the bathroom door. When you do, you realize that there are scratch marks on the door itself. Like someone or something scratched at it. You realize that on the inside of the door to the outside there are scratch marks. There are scratch marks on the windowsill. Also, you can see that in one corner the carpet and part of the wall has been burned.
What the fuck has happened here? I'm in a horror game. I'll have to act like I'm not gonna just run because I have to be gone. She's getting closer to the door, and I think she's just gonna use the butt of her shoe to kind of just like knock on it, not touching it with her hands, just.
And just as you bring the shoe up to knock on it, the door opens. And standing in front of you, at first you think you're looking in a mirror, but then you realize you are absolutely not. The person in front of you who is chained by the neck looks exactly like you, a little younger, a little prettier. Bruises, cuts and wounds on her body. A scared, hungry look in her eyes. And she sees you and her eyes go wide. What do you do?
I think there's a lot of things running through her head. And I think she's taking a step back to give more distance. And I think the only, all right. Very funny, very funny, very funny. I don't know who the fuck hired you. I would love to know the name of your plastic surgeon. But whoever hired you, kindly let me know who they are so I can drag them through the courts and take them for everything they have for fucking my life over. Who the fuck are you?
You. And as she speaks, you realize she has no tongue.
We can probably get some money for you, but you're not me.
Help me. Help me. She moves forward, reaches out to grab you. Help me. Help me. And she moves, and she's going to try to grab you unless you get out of the way.
Oh, yeah, no, she's pushing her back.
Roll plus violence.
What's my violence? Oh, okay, +1. That is a 13.
I have a 14. She wraps her arms around
Ew.
you. The chain presses against you. You smell her. She smells horrible. She smells of sweat and body waste and all sorts of things. You can see how dirty she is. Her hair is dirty. She looks young and beautiful underneath all these wounds and all that, but her hair is a mess. You can tell that she hasn't washed it forever, and she grabs you and she holds you and she gives you this huge hug and she just holds you real tight. Help me, help me. Help me! Help me!
Get off of me! I told you, not me! Get the fuck off of me! And she's gonna try to, like, bash her with a shoe.
As you hit her with the shoe, you strike her. She yells and lets go of you and falls down. And as you hit her and you watch her crumple and you watch the bruise spread on her temple, you start feeling more rested, clear-headed. You get a little surge of pleasure that cuts right through you and makes you feel really, really good. She crumples to the ground, goes fetal, and starts to cry. And as you watch her tremble in fear, you start feeling really, really good.
See? That's what happens when you scare someone. Didn't whoever do this to you teach you fucking manners? Now I'll say again, who the fuck are you? And she is reaching to grab her face and like just tightly just squeezing on her face.
I don't know.
How do you not know? Huh? Come on. Just slapping her face. Come on, tell me, who did this?
And every time you hit her, it gives you this surge of pleasure, this feeling of euphoria that starts to build in you. She cries harder and she's like, I don't know. They brought me here. I'm just here. I don't know.
You useless slut. You trollop, you tramp. How can you not fucking know? You're ruining my life and you don't have the audacity to give me fucking answers. And she's getting up and just, God, I hate this. She's gonna just start kicking into her.
As you lay into her, you start hearing someone hammering on the wall. Keep it down. Some of us are trying to fucking sleep out here.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Now look what you made me do. You're making me look bad to strangers who don't know me.
She is almost catatonic. She is crying. She is curled up in a ball. And every hit you give her, everything you do to her just makes you feel stronger, younger, more powerful. And you catch sight of yourself in the mirror. And you're almost entranced by what you see. Your skin is glowing. Some of the little lines around your eyes have gone. You look fabulous.
I remember my 20s. Such a wonderful time. When I still had dreams and hopes. Dreams and hopes and a potential love that would have been transcending. And you twat, fucked it over by pretending to be me. I'm going to fucking murder you.
I didn't do it.
Then who fucking did?
I don't know. So many of them.
She's going to do one last kick into the chest.
You hear a crack. And you feel so good.
I want you to stay right there. Dream a voidful dream of nightmares or dreams. I don't fucking care. And I want you to remember, so when I come back, we can get this settled with, okay?
He's
okay.
Just crying.
Just one more slap for good measure, and she'll put her shoes back on.
As you do, you remember something Dr. Bell told you.
Ugh.
What you're struggling with, Estelle, is a disconnect between what you're inside and what you've allowed yourself to become. Father Bannon represented not an escape from that, but something even more important. He represented permission to escape. That's what you've been looking for, permission. Bannon and his people, in their freedom and openness, gave you permission to act out the things you felt you need to keep hidden. And acting them out gave you confidence. Your looks are not fading. You're a marvelously attractive woman. But tamping down on your desires made you feel less confident. It was a means of keeping them locked up. You feel unattractive, you're less likely to put yourself in situations where seduction might be warranted. You needed permission, Estelle, to be yourself, and that was the power Bannon had over you. He represented that permission. But even with permission, living out our internal lives comes with a cost. We hurt others, put ourselves in situations where we might get hurt. The world as it is not a permissive one. Allowing ourselves the freedom to act out is often punished. Someone always has to pay.
That doctor doesn't know shit about me. She's gonna rush out, slamming the door behind her.
Meanwhile, Iommi, you and Samael have pulled up in front of a small house, a little bungalow, out on the edges of Hartwell. You remember coming here once with Marjorie. She had decided that you needed a plant. You needed a plant, and she was going to give you one, and she gave you a plant, and you promptly let it die, but she was very adamant you needed to have a plant, and that a plant would be good for you to have. It would be a companion, someone you could talk to and take care of, and, well, you remembered the address, and now you've pulled up in front. And as you're staring at the beautiful little bungalow with the little wind chimes and little crystals in the trees and beautiful flowers everywhere, Samael says, I can't go in with you. They won't see me anyways. Only you can see me. But I'll be with you.
Do I take this? And
She holds the heart up.
Maybe wait till you've assessed whether or not she might be interested in helping. She may not be. You can leave that here with me. It'll be safe. Just go and see where her head's at, what she's doing. If you think she might be willing or interested in helping you, just remind her that the goal is to get to the truth, to find out the truth of things. I'll be here if you need me.
You did a real great job driving. I think all those big red signs were just suggestions anyways, just real kindly suggestions.
And I heard a lot of people cheering as we were driving also, cheering us on. I thought that was very nice of them.
That was very nice of them.
You got this. I'll be
I'll
here if
see
you
you
need me.
soon.
I won't be far.
All right. Thank you.
And she's going to give them a little chaste kiss on their cheek and slip out of the car towards the house.
You walk up to the house. Everything's quiet. Little wind chimes playing in the wind. You step onto the porch and you knock. The door opens. What does Iommi see, Marjorie, when you open the door?
Well, little Iommi would see Marjorie standing there in her birthday suit, holding a big kitchen knife covered in blood.
sorry, did I come at a bad time?
Well, hi, Iommi. When did you get here?
Oh, just now I pulled up with my friend and she points to the car.
You see an empty car up front.
Huh. Well, how about that? I look down and I go, oh. Well, that's new.
Something happened.
I guess so. Yeah. Would you like a cup of tea? Maybe some of those cucumber sandwiches? Huh.
Oh, that would be real nice of you.
I'll find a robe. Yeah.
That's fine. Whatever's comfortable for you, really. It's not going to bother me none.
Come on in.
She steps in.
You would see that the house is pretty well kept, but it's what the kids these days would probably call maximalist. There's just plants everywhere, odd little things hanging about. It's comfortable, you know, it's cozy. And there are just bloody footprints on the white shag carpet going all the way through the house into the backyard. There's just bloody footprints everywhere, maybe a couple handprints. And without actually putting on a robe, I go to the kettle and I start to boil it. I only have Lipton, but I could sweeten it up. I think I remember you said you like sweet tea.
I do, yeah. I like sweet tea quite a bit.
Oh, sweet tea is served cold, right? Maybe I could put some ice cubes in it. And I just start making tea.
I think Iommi, while Marjorie is like busied making tea, is going to follow these footsteps very quietly. She goes into her like little stealth mode and starts kind of following this trail of bloody footsteps. She's deeply curious on whatever the fuck has been happening here.
I'm just in the kitchen, clanging and banging around, making tea. And if Iommi were to pass by the kitchen door with the harsh fluorescent overhead lining that whole room smells like cigarettes, she would see that Marjorie's standing there at the counter with the sugar pourer, just like this. Pouring it and pouring it and pouring it until it's starting to overflow into one of the mugs. It's all over the counter.
Marjorie, I think that's quite enough sugar.
Oh my God, you're right. Huh? Wow. How silly of me. And I start dusting off the counter and myself, but the sugar is getting stuck to the blood. And I go, well, okay. And I have bloody handprints and I start parsing out some of the sugar into another mug and then like dumping the rest of it into the sink. And like, is that too much? That might be too much. Maybe I should start over.
Maybe, Marjorie, maybe we should just sit down. It's all right. I don't need tea. I just had a big old breakfast with a bunch of chocolate milk, so I'm quite full, honestly. If I have any more sugar, I might actually get a real bellyache, and judging by the looks of the place, maybe I wouldn't want to be sick in here. That wouldn't be very nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No problem.
For the record, you saw that the bloody footprints led to the back door. That's what you saw.
Okay.
Where's a good place to sit down, Marjorie? Do you want to sit down in the kitchen, or would you like to be more comfortable somewhere?
We could sit on the couch. Yeah.
Couches are usually made for sitting, yeah.
Yeah, let's sit on the couch. And Marjorie, still not clothed, will go and sit on the couch, and it's kind of that rusty orange, very 70s color, and it's kind of nubbly and uncomfortable, like the fabric is really coarse, and it's definitely covered in cat hair.
Iommi is gonna walk in behind you, and I would imagine that Marjorie's the kind of lady that just has like a random, like tattered old quilt thrown over the back of a chair. Yeah, the vibes are there. She picks this quilt up and walks over to you, and she's very carefully unfolding it and drapes it on you and kind of like does one of these, like tucks you in to the quilt, very nice and tight, and then just sits next to you like everything is fine and this is very normal.
Does that feel better?
Yeah. Well, that's swell. A-okay. What are you doing here?
Well, I came to see you. What have you been doing here?
I live here.
That's why I came here. 'Cause you're here.
Oh, I'm really glad you're here. And I reach out and I take her hand in mine, and I have this kind of caked sticky blood on it, and I give her a squeeze and I let go. There's just sticky blood left on her hand.
And while you're observing that stickiness on your hand, somewhere in North Vegas, are you with us, madamava? Somewhere in North Vegas, while this meeting of the minds is taking place in Marjorie's bungalow, you, madamava, have gotten back in your car. Sorry, Estelle, have gotten back in your car and started driving, not really knowing where you were going or what you wanted to do, but perhaps simply by force of habit, you find yourself pulling into the driveway of your house. And as you do, your headlights go over a car that's parked just at the bottom on the side of the street, and you recognize sitting in the driver's side, Delphine. Delphine, you've been sitting here waiting for a couple hours now. You started dozing off almost, and then headlights kind of bring you back, and you see a car pulling into the driveway of the house, of Estelle's house, and you can see Estelle in the driver's seat of that car.
Delphine stumbles out of her car immediately. And it's, what type of, is it nighttime now?
By this point, I would say it's getting there. Like, you've all done like a whole bunch of stuff, so it would be like just after dinner time kind of thing. It would be starting to be kind of twilightish.
As Delphine gets out.
Oh, correction. She was in a cab going to the motel, so still the cab just dropped her off.
The cab drops her off. That's right. So the cab drops her off, and you see Estelle come out of a cab and make her way home. That's right.
Instead, she doesn't get out. She just rolls down the window. She pushes her head out. Estelle!
It's the nerve. Like, Estelle knows how to walk in heels. She used to model. She used to do pageant stuff. But it's the awkward, like, quiet, like,
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you doing here?
Get in. And she will, like, lean over, unlock her passenger door.
Just crawls in. Not looking beautiful at all in this moment, just gremlin crawling in. What?
What the hell happened to you? She like,
I don't know at all. I'm so confused. My husband got into a car wreck. I thought he was having an affair. Apparently, I had the affair with Dr. Bell. The gall! I would never touch that man. He's not that handsome for me.
okay.
But apparently there was photos of me sucking that man off, and so I went to the motel that the sucking off happened in, and lo and behold, some bitch who got the best plastic surgeon in the world, looking like me, was chained up there.
Someone
I know,
told you,
weird.
And Delphine does not look surprised at all. She's like, okay.
Hold on, pause. You were too normal for that explanation. Why the fuck were you normal with that explanation?
It just, I've been seeing my dead sister around.
I mean, death is traumatic and grief just...
No. I mean, in ways where it's like my all of my bones broke, every single bone in my body, and I was still moving and I was screaming for help, and she grabbed my face and I spit in that bitch's fucking face, and then I was okay. And so I came here because I don't know what the fuck is going on, and I don't know who else will believe me if I told them this, and I don't want Dr. Bell to lock me up in a fucking asylum.
Okay, that explains it then. Okay, cool. Well, not cool. Definitely not cool. Some weird shit is happening, and I don't know why.
Where did you saw yourself? You left yourself there? Like, she did not go away? Because my sister's gone away, so
I kicked that woman's ass.
Oh.
Like, I hit her with shoes. I kicked her in the stomach. And yet it felt good. In a very weird way. Do I look prettier to you right now?
Actually, now that she mentions it, she does have a little bit of a glow on her.
And I think Delphine kind of tilts her head, and she's like, honestly, you do have a bit of a thing going on here. That's
that does make me feel good, but also at the same time, it does concern me because I started feeling like that and looking like that as I was kicking her ass. I almost killed that bitch just so I could just maintain an Aphrodite level of just gloriousness. But I'm too good of a person to be doing that to someone who clearly is not in her right mind to let someone make her look like me.
Why would anybody make somebody look like you?
I don't fucking know. That's why I'm so confused. My life is in shambles. And yet I feel great. I don't know what's happening. I was the normal one.
She starts the car. She just puts on her seatbelt. She's like, okay, buckle up. Just buckle up.
I thought I was the normal one of the group, and yet this shit is happening.
Your husband dead? You mentioned your husband's in the hospital. He's dead? Yes?
He's in a coma, unfortunately. He wanted to divorce me. That bitch wants to divorce me over something that's most likely doctored. Or at least, the very least, it's fake. Because I, again, would never suck off that doctor. He's like a Minnesota 6 to me.
Minnesota 6. Delphine begins like driving. They kind of pull off quickly. Definitely not. They are skirting, probably like clips a mailbox a little bit with the speed at which like they're trying to drive away here. And she's like, "We're going to go see Marjorie. She's into that woo woo shit. She can help."
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just don't make sure no one sees me.
Okay, just okay. And Delphine puts both hands on the wheel, starts driving.
This neighborhood talks. If they know that my husband is in a coma, and the reason why he's in a coma is because he was speeding drunk because of allegedly me cheating, I would never hear the end of it. Sandra would never let me live this down, and I can't have that lady. No.
What are you gonna do if he does divorce you?
I don't know, honestly. I have a grandmother who used to do some hoity-toity hoodoo shit. She's from Louisiana. Maybe I'll have her curse him. Who knows? Something that'll make me feel better.
Can she lift curses? I think Delphine is starting to consider that maybe she might be cursed since like cutting her palm and shit. Can she lift curses by any chance?
Well,
You know
you're
what?
gonna
I
find
don't
out.
know.
Sorry, good.
I don't know, but let's talk to Marjorie first. I think let's talk to the white lady first. Maybe she'll know a bit more. I don't know. Oh, this day.
Delphine is jealous that Estelle got to beat the shit out of her trouble. She's over here getting her fucking bones broken. She's like, fuck, I'm jealous of that.
Get to kick someone's ass and look beautiful doing it. A horrible, great day.
Marjorie and Iommi, you're sitting in the living room holding hands and, getting sticky with blood. When you see headlights, Marjorie, from a car that's pulling into your driveway. What do you do?
Looks like we've got more company. Should I make some more tea?
Oh no, I'll make us tea. Were you expecting someone?
No. Nope.
Okay. You know where I come from. If you take a broom and you flip it upside down and you put it on your porch in front of your front door, then the haints can't come in because they have to sit and they gotta count every single little bristle on that broom. And most of the times there's too many bristles for them to count, so they don't even make it up before sunrise, and then they gotta go away. I feel like she looks around and looks at the blood on the carpet. That might help you. And then she gets up and goes to the kitchen to make some tea.
Right? Yeah. And Marjorie stands and goes to the utility room and grabs a broom and goes outside with the blanket tied around like a tube dress. Now it's like one of those crocheted, multicolor, handmade, dropped stitch everywhere. Like I macrameed this when I was stoned kind of blankets. And I walk out and I have a hammer in one hand and a nail in the other, still covered in blood. And I just start nailing the broom into the wall adjacent to the front door.
You see this Delphine and Estelle on the front porch.
What the fuck is she doing?
Is that blood? I can't tell if that's paint or blood.
Could it be both? What's Marjorie? Come on, just don't leave anything in the car. The car is a fucking mess.
Oh, I can tell. And she fishes out like a bottle of wine that is just randomly in the car. It's like, we'll need this. We'll need this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I think we get out, and I don't even call out to Marjorie. I think Delphine just walks up. Marjorie, what are you?
Oh,
Are you wearing a blanket?
Yeah. I don't know where my robe went.
What is that on you? She like plucks off a little bit of fur, like some sugar.
I don't know. Let me finish hanging this broom and we'll have some tea with Iommi. No.
Oh, Naomi's here. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, let's come on in.
Why is Naomi here?
Well, I don't know.
walked
She
in.
showed up. Said she had someone drop her off, but I didn't see nobody in the car. So I'm guessing she just drove herself, if that's legal. I don't really
can
know
drive.
how old she is. Anyway, come on in. We're making sweet tea.
Okay.
Sweet
She
tea.
walks in.
Yeah, walks in.
Naomi?
There's wine as well, Marjorie. Don't worry about
Oh, good.
so much.
Yes, wine. Yes, good.
What's
Fortifying.
What's Iommi doing while all this is going on?
I'm assuming Marjorie has like a real like kettle So yeah, she's putting on a kettle of water. She's staring at the Lipton packets, a bit confused by those. But she'll figure it out. She's got mugs out. She's making tea. Will it be good? Who's to say?
The other three, you walk into the house. You can hear the tea that is currently being made. What do you do?
Delphine is more interested in the footprints on this carpet. Looks at Estelle. Okay. Maybe not pain. Well,
What are the chances that Marjorie also has like a double or sister situation and she got to kill her? Or them? No judging of the sibling gender.
they're gonna lock us away. We are already in fucking therapy for surviving a cult. They are going to lock us up and throw away the goddamn key. And Delphine like walks away off to the kitchen.
They
Like,
can't lock us up if you remain cool about it. And don't worry, I have a good lawyer.
Marjorie, what are you
Iommi?
doing?
I'm in the kitchen standing next to Iommi pretending to help make tea, but I don't know how to make tea right now. I think I'm pretty done with the tea thing, and I think I'm probably an impediment to Iommi at this point. 'Cause she's making tea, and I don't know what hands are at this point.
Iommi's just like reached out and she's like stroking your back softly while she's waiting for the kettle to sing.
All
Two
four of you,
energies from different rooms.
all four of you standing there in the kitchen, just waiting for this kettle to go off.
Iommi, did you drive yourself here?
Delphine,
Estelle, it's really nice to see you.
Hello,
Hi.
dear.
did you just get here?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like some tea?
Staring
No,
at the
I don't.
sugar on the counter.
have one.
No.
I'm good.
Oh, all right. No, I no good at driving. My friend drove me.
Who? You have friends?
Yeah. My friend Samuel. I don't think you've ever met them before.
Did they walk or something? Because there was no one in that car.
Well, they were out there just a minute ago.
Huh. Guess they're speedy.
You know that
Is the back
sound?
door like in the kitchen?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead.
I was wondering, is the back door in the kitchen?
Oh yeah, and you can see bloody footprints that cross the room and go all the way to it.
Okay, we definitely need to ask, what the fuck happened, Marjorie?
Oh,
The whole blood thing?
I'm not sure. Well, let's pour the tea and have a seat. Maybe we could sit on the couch.
You know that sound a cat makes when it's bringing you something? It's that. You hear that.
I've heard that sound 1,000 times before.
You hear that down the corridor, and as the four of you stand in turn, you see one of Marjorie's several cats walking into the room, making that sound in the depths of its throat, and it walks all the way up between you, and it sits its ass down, and from its mouth drops a finger, a human finger, that rolls on the floor, comes to a stop right in the middle of all of you. And the cat looks up very proud.
Iommi picks it up.
Whose fucking finger is that, Marjorie?
I'm not entirely sure, but I'll confide in all of you that I heard a voice. I heard a voice after our session. And you see Marjorie's becoming a little bit more lucid. I heard a voice that told me that Bell is a danger to us, and that it's time that we learn the truth. I think
Dr.
that
Bell?
yes, I think that he's a threat. I think that we have to band together and go to Bell's house and get some answers, because we just survived one of the worst things imaginable. And I feel like we're being placed exactly in that same coercive control again. And I don't think it's right.
I believe you. There was a photo that my husband had when he got into a car accident and now sitting in a coma. And she goes into a purse and pulls out the photo. I didn't do this. I know I didn't do this.
I
But
believe
that
you.
photo's ruining my life.
I believe you. I do.
Okay, so Dr. Bell's not who he says he is. She says it more with a question than as a fact. But what can we do about that? We don't even know where he lives. And I think we have bigger things to worry about. She like plucks the finger out of Iommi's hands and holds it up.
We can multitask with that. That's fine.
The
addresses can be found, dear.
Yeah.
Gives it back to Iommi gently.
The voice that spoke to me, the one I heard, it told me the truth. That we are caught in an illusion. And Bell is the jailer. He's the one who's reinforcing this illusion. That's what's making us feel insane. It's making us depend on him for a way out. And a way out that he'll never give us. Like, he's dangling the keys outside of our cell. He just wants to keep control of us. If we want answers,
break that illusion.
if we want the truth, Iommi, it's in the Black Barn. We have to get Bell, and we have to take him there, and we have to pledge right now to support each other with strength and love. We have to stand strong in the face of these jailers, and trust me, I do know what to do. If you're willing to follow me, I think I know the way to the truth. I have this, and I produced the tarot card from my reading in the ritual. It's got a small smear of a blood print on it when I set it down. And I point to it and say, the truth is in that barn. It begins with our freedom from this man who has been scrambling our brains for a year now.
And at that moment, the kettle whistles strident and loud as the tea is ready, and all of you jump a little bit, and the cat meows once more, turns around, walks out of the room, leaving the finger behind, pointing at all four of you. And on that note, my friend, we will end tonight's session of Kult. 1971